Oh boy, I was waiting for this, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people. Just 10 minutes ago, they released an article about the Waffentrager Legacy event full guide, which confirms everything, every single leak and every single rumor that Waffentrager is coming back to the random battles, but it is not coming back to the random battles to stay over here, but as a rental vehicle. More about that in a second. Because this article is very long. Like, take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this article right over here. Basically describing everything, how the event works, the rewards and whatnot. Oh boy. I like, look at this, right? Who has time to read it all? Ladies and gentlemen, of course I do. Because I know you hate reading articles. So let me just, I'm not going to read you everything, but I'm going to let you know the main things you need to know about this event. For example, so many of you were very interested about this event because they showcase the real Waffentrager E-100 in the trailer as well. And yes, this right over here confirms it that Waffentrager E-100 is coming into the game, but as a rental vehicle. Over here we can see this, Blitztrager, what they are able to face, or what you're able to play with facing the Harriers. More about that in a second. Then we have the Harrier gates, the Lootboxes, Lootbox vehicles, ladies and gentlemen, like Chieftain, Prototype, KV4, KTTS are going to be this year's special vehicles released by the Lootboxes called Food Lockers, if I'm not mistaken, in this event. But if we scroll to the very bottom, for example, you can see that one item in the loot box is also Waffentrager Auf E-100 for rental in 10 random battles, but 10 random battles or 10 rental battles in the Waffentrager E-100 can be received up to 5 times per account, so you're not able to play more than 50 battles as far as I understand, right? And also, if I remember it correctly, you're also able to earn those if you play the mode. A couple battles over there as well, if I'm not mistaken, but more about that in a second, because at first let's take a look at this video right over here, which explains the mechanics, how the gameplay works, a little bit of backstory and the reward system as well, and then let me say a couple more words about this and why you should play this mode, especially for the bonds, because this event plus one other event combined, you can almost get yourself a tier 8 premium tank from the bond store. More about that in a second.
Max von Krieger disappeared. But his technologies have not gone anywhere.
So first up, a little story. How the Torture is taking over.
In the hands of his daughter, Ermelinda. And she's more dangerous than you may think. And we have not faced an attack of this scale in over 6 years.
Oh yeah.
You must neutralize his daughter. You must stop this invasion.
From September 26th through October 10th, a familiar mode is back to World of Tanks. This is the Waffenträger Legacy. To participate in this epic event, you will have access to 3 familiar vehicles. The versatile Resistor. Activating the railgun ability on this fierce fighter will decrease the accuracy of your next shot, but deal a lot more damage.
Like
the
last
sturdy
year,
Thunderbolt will enable you to switch to siege mode for decreased dynamics, but far better damage per minute. And finally, we have the quick and auto-loading French Foudre. This tank is equipped with the ballistic dome that helps it avoid unnecessary damage. This time, 6 Harriers will be rolling into battle, each with an unlimited number of respawns, and the only penalty for losing your vehicle will be a longer respawn time. But don't get too comfortable and start losing your tanks left and right. Otherwise, you'll spend the battle on the waiting screen.
Okay, so first thing already to note over here, last time I remember we had lives, or the Harriers had lives. If you died too many times, you were not able to spawn back in, and basically, you know, Waffentrager won, but this time you have unlimited spawns, but just longer spawn timer, which, you know, at the end game can actually mean the same as, you know, being completely destroyed.
Goal
Basically.
will be a longer respawn time, but don't get too comfortable. Your opponent will be Ermelinda in the menacing Blitzträger Auf E-100. You can't stop it, damage its modules, or set it on fire. Plus, Ermelinda has got plenty of scientific tricks up her sleeve. She can stun your tank with an EMP arrow, or create an EMP burst if you get too close. And when she does, not even cover will save you. To add fuel to the flames, the Blitzträger can teleport to any point on the map, evading your strikes or sneaking up from behind. To stop this menacing beast, you will need to overload the generators that power its shield. You can see the Sentinels' camps on the map.
So far,
Clear these
like last
camps
year.
to collect plasma and deliver it to a generator. This will overload the generator and weaken her shield, but you will need to be quick. Plasma will start evaporating from the second you pick it up. Stay at speeds above 50 kilometers per hour to slow this process down. After the generator is overloaded, the Blitzträger will lose its ability to teleport, and its shield will be temporarily disabled. This is your time to strike at full damage. Overload all 4 generators to remove the shield for good. A progression will be available during the Waffenträger Legacy event. By completing it, you can earn decals, inscriptions, camouflages, Days of World of Tanks premium account, bonds, crew members with unique voiceovers. The keys to the Blitzträger.
Wow, okay, so talking about the crew members, this time we have 2 crew members, but with 4 skills already. This is extremely valuable, even like mainly, especially for newer players. Do you know how long it takes to get 4 skills, like fully done, completed, on a new crew? Absolutely, you know, massive amount of time, right? So 2 commanders over here with, or crew members. Did you say crew member or commander?
Crew members with unique voiceovers.
Okay, so crew members with unique voiceovers. That means, like to me right now, this means that you are able to use this or those girls, those crew members in different positions. It doesn't have to be a commander. It can be a driver, which usually needs a lot of skills on a heavy tank, for example. You know, the terrain resistance thingy, the hull rotation, snapshot, all those things, or smooth ride. Okay.
The keys to the Blitzträger. And most importantly, this.
Yes.
Still trying to destroy my father's legacy.
This is E-100, right?
Idea what I've got in store for them. I have the ultimate weapon. And not just one. Thousands of them!
This is your chance to rent the Waffenträger Auf E-100.
Oh boy.
Complete the entire progression to rent this legendary tank destroyer for 5 random battles. On top of that, you'll also get starters to open the Harrier's gate.
So, officially, you are indeed able to play with Waffentrager Auf E-100, which is a massive, massive news for definitely everyone who has never even seen this. You know, it has been away from the game, and I would say we have quite a lot of new players playing this game as well, and you have no idea what this tank was capable of doing, why they removed it and so on, but now you're able to face it and you are able to actually play with this yourself as well, up to 5 times at least, without getting any of the engineer's gates, which is the premium loot box. So this is the Harrier's gate, the standard loot box, what you can get simply by playing the game mode, which has a chance of dropping 1 reward from the list, so it is randomly 100% you're going to get one of those things, credits. T-mounting kits, consumables, boosters, which is weird that they are dropping those two boosters over here separately, because those will be merged in the next batch, which is a bit weird in my opinion. But oh well, doesn't matter. Premium days, garage slot as well. 20% chance to get camos from last year. This is last year's camo, definitely. This one as well, and some decals.
As well as starters for the Engineer's Gate, or
As well as starters for the Engineer's Gate.
purchase some bundles with visual elements to get starters as a gift. The Engineer's Gate contains the rarest and most valuable rewards, including rental battles in the Waffenträger, 3D styles, and even premium vehicles. Don't like your reward from the Engineer's Gate? You can always use gold to re-roll for a new one. And if you don't get a tank after 49 gates, the 50th opening is guaranteed to drop a vehicle you don't already have.
Okay, so this is like last year
Perhaps one
again.
of these two new vehicles. The Tier 8 Soviet KV-4 KTTS tank destroyer. This vehicle boasts excellent penetration and strong frontal armor. Or the Tier 9 FV-4201 Chieftain Proto heavy tank. This versatile heavy has an excellent turret, good gun depression angles, and a handy gun. Get ready for valuable rewards. Brace yourselves, commanders. The Waffenträger legacy is already here.
So it is official, in 4 days this event starts on September 26th, and we are actually able to play with Waffentrager E-100 in the random battles, up to 55 battles at least. But over here, once again, they have the full information, the event summary. Like this time we have 6 versus 1, but we have the unlimited respawns, just to balance it out a bit. How to start playing, just simply click the right side on the battle button and select this special game modes. Here you can see the Harriers, as I showed you, Harrier missions, which give you the tokens and also the special styles, customization elements right over here. We have the Waffentrager Auf E-100. What you're able to play with if you have those keys. How you get those keys, for example, is win 5 random battles, be among the top 10 players in the random battles, and you are able to get this tank in tier 4 or higher vehicles, only in random battles, except for grand battles, right? And here is the Waffentrager Auf E-100 with the exact same abilities as last year. And for example, the Engineer's missions, win once in the Waffentrager Legacy when fighting as the Engineer. Or if you want to get this thing, which is the Engineer's starter, which has the premium tank in it, which has the 10 random battles rental for Waffentrager E-100, is destroy 30 Harriers over any number of battles in the Waffentrager Legacy when fighting as the Engineer, and this gives you the chance to get extra battles, right? The battle time mechanic explained over here, up to 15 minutes thanks to its overtime mechanics, which can only be triggered once per match. So as a Harrier you just need to carry the plasma to lower the shield, and then full on damage has to be unleashed, right? The Waffentrager Auf E-220 is also in this event, played by the usually by Wargaming employees or by content creators, like we were able to do that last time as well, for some special rewards like special medal and 1 Engineer starter if you do win. So here is the progression and the Waffentrager Legacy. So this is the progression reward, and here I want to stop for a second, because you're able to get, 6 or 18 Harrier Kates and 2 Engineer Kates, which are the premium loot boxes basically, and 5 rental battles right over here. And also the crew members, very special thing, but 3,000 points, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you combine his 3,000 points with the upcoming Onslaught event, which starts with update 1.18.1, that gives you 4,000 points if I'm not mistaken. So this is 7,000 points in total. If you are a free-to-play player, then definitely I recommend you to focus on those 2 events to pick up 7,000 points, and then you just need to get you just scrape 1,000 extra points from somewhere, and you are able to buy yourself with bonds from the bond store a tier 8 premium tank. We have very many nice premium tanks over there actually. quite, you know, reliable credit makers, and this can boost your account quite a bit. So definitely one thing I would like to highlight over here. We have additional missions like win 2 battles in the Waffentrager Legacy when fighting in the Harrier squad. You can get this Harrier starter, and you can get the Engineer starter if you are among the top 3 players on your team by damage caused to the Waffentrager Auf E-100 or E-220 twice when fighting the Harrier squad in the Waffentrager Legacy. Can be completed once per day, can be completed in the Harrier squad vehicle, only in this mode, available only after completing the event progression. So if you do that, you are able to get some extra engineer starters. So the faster you complete the progression, the more of those things you're able to squeeze out, right? Now, gates and rewards. So over here, let's take a look at that. And I love to see the drop chances as well. So chance of receiving one of the rewards over here is 100%. We have the boosters once again, credits, demounting kits, the same things, premium days, courage slot as well, styles, 20% chance as we saw in the video. Over here we have the special styles, nice. This one actually looks quite cool. This one as well looks cool. This one, yeah, those styles look actually quite nice, not bad. 3D styles for the special vehicles, which you are able to play with in the mode. And next up, let's talk about the special vehicles. So this is the Tier 8 Tank Destroyer, KV4 KTTS, with non-turret, or this is the non-turreted tank destroyer. It may seem to have a turret, but this rear pack over there is not turning actually. It is a superstructure. What is turning is the gun system in front of it, and if I remember correctly, it is going to be quite a nice side scraper if angled perfectly or correctly. 125 side armor, for example, 360 alpha damage, 227 penetration, 289 with premium rounds, 35 top speed. You know, accuracy average, aiming time average for tank destroyer, you know, quite bad. -5 degrees of gun depression, 45 degrees left and right gun traverse angle, view range 350 meters. This is like awful view range. Now next up, I would say more people are super hyped or more hyped about the Chieftain prototype, but I have heard from anonymous super testers that we should not be very hyped about this vehicle. And when I have played some battles, you know, just while streaming, then if I see a vehicle tested by the Super Test player in my match, I usually check out the player's account as well. And I have looked at the statistics of the FE4201 Chieftain prototype on their account, and seems like none of the players that I have been able to check out, at least, it's 5-6 players. None of those guys, even though very good players, from 52 up to 58% win ratios, right, are not doing super hot in this vehicle. And if I compare that to the other Tier 9 heavy tanks they are playing with, for example, the 51 or the Conqueror, or some other vehicles, you know, Tier 9 tanks, they are performing better in the other Tier 9 tanks than in this. So, guys, I don't know, like, just watch out for that, for example. If you want to get a bit deeper review about this vehicle, then, you know, please stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, and when I'm going to get this vehicle, I am definitely going to show this tank in action and a bit deeper review about this vehicle. But -10 degrees of gun depression, definitely nice. Then we have a turret, 350mm of turret armor, so seems to be a hull down beast with a little bit of a weak spot right over there. It actually is a Chieftain with the Commander Hatch weak spot, right? But the hull armor is quite bad, I would say. So lower plate seems to be quite big as well, 40 top speed. 262 pen with standard round, 400 alpha damage, but the reload time is 12 seconds, so the DPM is actually quite low, and gun handling is not something crazy either, Now, in the engineer's gates, in the special loot boxes or gates, food lockers as they called it, like last year I think, there are a lot more premium tanks actually. So Chieftain is definitely the new one over here, the KTTS is the new one over here, but on the top of that here is M4 Yo, Emil 1951, Astron Rex, VK, Renegade, Skoda, Kampfpanzer, Prototype, a lot of tanks over here actually. So if you want to get TIS and you do not have any of those, the chances are very, very slim and very, very low, like if you are able to get this, right? Because in the video they said as well that if you already have those, you are guaranteed to get the vehicle which you do not already have. Basically no duplicate, right? At first, before you do not have all of those vehicles. So let's say I do have all of those vehicles. My next vehicle drop should be either Chieftain Prototype or KV4 KTTS. But if you have only like 1 or 2 or 3 or even 4 vehicles, the chances are still very, very low to get those 2 new tanks. Definitely something to think about once again. Now the Engineer's Gate, let's look at the big loot boxes as well. A lot more credits, combat experience boosters. We have credit boosters over here, 3 or 5, 100k, 250, 500k, premium days, same amount. Those are the special styles, personal training manual. So you get one of those 100%. They do not say the percentage, like I hope it is equal percentage, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 different items. Like, is this equal percentage to get the drops, or is the 1 day of premium time a lot bigger chance to get than the 7 day? I have no idea, but I would like to know. Also, you have 5% chance to get this, one of those special 3D styles, or you have 2.4% chance to get one of those special vehicles, or you have 2.5% chance to get extra rental battles for Waffentrager E-100. I would say, after I get those new vehicles, or maybe even before I get those new vehicles, I would like to get at least 2-3 times this E-100 Waffentrager Auf E-100 rental battles, because it is just so unique, so iconic vehicle. Now, why are they testing this, or why are they releasing Waffentrager E-100 into the battles like this, into the random battles like this? One theory, of course, is that maybe this is their way to test this vehicle out, how it performs in nowadays World of Tanks in random battles without actually releasing it. They want to see maybe if it is completely broken, if it is balanced, if it is still, you know, dominating the battlefields, or is it weak or whatnot, before they are going to introduce it in one way or another in the future, to be like in the game as the special category vehicle, like a reward tank or something like that. Like, this is just one theory. Maybe this is their way to test it out, how it fits into the game, without actually releasing it, you know, quite smart to test it out in the actual battles where people care about their results. So we have those rewards right over there, and the reward replacement. The first 3 replacements cost 250 and the rest 500. Or if you want to do the first replacements for credits in the Harrier gates, it's 25,000, 50,000 and 100,000 credits. Special commanders, special medals, special bundles as well to get those engineer gates. And yes, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the event. What will happen to the keys and starters after the event ends? After the event ends on October 10th, all unused keys to play the Waffentrager E-110 will disappear, and this corresponding number of gates will be activated automatically. All items from them will be automatically credited to your account. All event vehicles will be deducted, and all experience earned in them will be moved to MS1. Okay, like in the Art of Strategy event. All collection items, rewards and loot from the gates remain with you permanently. You will be able to play your battles in the rental Waffentrager Auf E-100 until October 18th. So 8 days after event, or 8 days after the event, you are able to play with your Waffentrager E-100. Ladies and gentlemen, Legacy event coming. A lot of things to look forward to. I want to test it out. I want to test out Waffentrager, Chieftain, KTTS. Stay tuned. A lot more content is coming on the channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, and of course, in the comment section, let me know what do you think about all of this. I thank you so much for tuning in. I catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, take care, and bye.